to implement this project. And I'd like to thank to FIP and to Kurt for this nomination, because it is a very good opportunity for us. We visited also Pharmacon. Pharmacon is the starting point and the mother and father for all of us. And we identified 10 priorities which we have to implement during this GPP implementation. But, no, please back. 10 priorities were identified by pharmacists. Our group was represented by university, by drug agency, by practical specialists, and in parallel way, we organized 2 surveys. One survey of public opinion, how public is seeing pharmacists, and one survey of pharmacists, how pharmacists feel them in their daily practice. Priorities we identified was first of all official approval of GPP, of local GPP as document, as regulation in Moldova, education of pharmacists in GPP area, education of new attitude of pharmacists to their profession, because usually pharmacists do not feel them as part of health system workers. They feel them as sellers, and we want to bring them back in health system and to make them to feel this health professionalist, how to say, behavior, not commercial. Exchange of public perception, public also very often see us as sellers, and implement new services in the pharmacy. Next. Very important development of good relationship of pharmacists and doctors. We had such good relationship till our independence, till 91. During the Soviet period, it was another system, health system in our country. After 91, Moldova became an independent country, and of course the health system was reformed and the pharmaceutical system also was reformed. And after that, the relationship between pharmacists and doctors was lost. And now we try to re-establish this relationship, and we had in September a very big conference, about 400 people, doctors and pharmacists, participants, and we discussed about this relationship and these templates. You see 2 people, 2 faces speaking. It could be interpreted differently. One of them is pharmacist, another one is doctor, or maybe patient, because we need a very good communication with doctor and patient. And what we said, it is very important to re-establish the triangle, doctor, patient, and pharmacist. This relationship should be re-established and used in daily practice if we want to have better outcomes. External motivation of pharmacists for decreasing of fiscal pressure, first of all, because to have a pharmacy is very difficult in Moldova, a very high fiscal pressure, a lot of taxes, and we want to decrease these taxes. Implementation of thematic projects, rational use of medicines, and the elaboration of a system, a quality control system of pharmaceutical assistance. How to evaluate the quality of pharmaceutical assistance. Of course, the role of pharmacist was changed during the last years, and now pharmacist is, first of all, caregiver, decision maker, communicator, good manager, teacher, leader, and researcher. This is about the professional relationship. As I said, pharmacists should have a very good relationship with doctor and with patients, and with other pharmacists also. How is in Moldova? I have some results of our surveys, and I think it will be interesting for you. In Moldova, pharmacists perceive their traditional functions to be very important. And they also feel very relatively competent to realize these functions. At the same time, about 23% of consumers prefer pharmacies to have enough medicines, to have enough assortment, range stock, and enough stock. At the same time, pharmacists do not feel confident in pharmaceutical care provision. They do not think that this is important. They think it is very important to have enough drugs with good shelf life, with good prices, but they do not consider that it is very important to provide pharmaceutical care. Only young pharmacists identify pharmaceutical care as one important field of activity. And in accredited pharmacies, we have accreditation system, which is not mandatory, which is voluntary, but if pharmacy is accredited, pharmacy could have the agreement with insurance fund, and it is involved in providing of compensated drugs. That's why our pharmacies are motivated to be accredited, and in accredited pharmacies, pharmacists feel more strongly to provide pharmaceutical care. But what think our consumers about pharmacies? What they are waiting from us? 95% of people in Moldova are visiting the pharmacy once a month. Most of them buy medicines for themselves. 64% of patients usually buy medicines from the same pharmacy. A very good start point for implementation of some projects, because if people come to the same pharmacy, we could organize some additional services for him. 82% of patients would like pharmacies to keep medication records and attempt to prevent drug-related problems. And 62% of consumers would like pharmacies to keep detailed information about their health care, medication review, and interact with their doctor. Totally different, if you see the difference. People want from us these services, and pharmacists do not consider important to provide them. Public health activities. This is the definition. I think all of you know this definition. Next, please. In Moldova, pharmacists do not consider important to be involved in public health activities, in promotion health activities. And they do not feel to be important to be engaged in such kind of activities. Next. How about consumers? 70% of consumers think and wait from community pharmacists to be involved in health promotion activities. They are waiting for such services from pharmacists. 42% would like to receive individual advice. 75% would like pharmacists to offer health screen services, as blood pressure checking, cholesterol measurement, and other services. Here you see the demand for use of health screening services. The most, about 80% weight blood pressure checking, weight checking, blood sugar, cholesterol. And from these two surveys, we understood that we have a very high demand for services of health care promotion and for additional services in the pharmacy. And what we understood also, but really we do not have enough infrastructure to implement such kind of services. And another conclusion was that this initiative for additional services should be supported by state and professional association, and of course by education.